Hey there, folks. My name's Tony, and I gotta tell you about the scariest thing that ever happened to me and my buddies. It all started when we decided to go camping in this one specific dark forest. The thing is, every time we camped there, we all had these crazily terrifying nightmares. And let me tell you, it only got worse as we learned about an old tragedy that happened there. Now, I ain't the best with words, so bear with me. The first time we went camping in that forest, everything seemed fine. Me and my friends, Jake, Lisa, and Mike, we were all excited to spend a weekend away from the city and reconnect with nature. Nights were always a little creepy, with all those weird sounds and rustling in the trees. But we weren't bothered by it too much. But then the nightmares started. Oh boy, those nightmares. Every single night, we'd wake up sweating and crying. I ain't never experienced anything like that before. The dreams were vivid, like reality was playing tricks on us. We'd see shadows moving, hear screams, and feel an overwhelming sense of dread. It was like living in a horror movie every night. Naturally, we started asking around, trying to figure out what was going on. The locals, they told us about this old tragedy that happened in the forest a long time ago. They said some people got lost and died out there, and their spirits were restless. Now, like I said earlier, I ain't good with words, but let me tell you, that explanation didn't sit right with me. We couldn't just sit there and endure those nightmares, so we decided to investigate further. During the day, we explored every nook and cranny of that dark forest, searching for anything that could explain our torment. And let me tell you, things got weirder. We stumbled upon this old, worn-out journal from the 1800s. The pages were yellowed and fragile, but we managed to read about a tragic accident that occurred there. Apparently, a group of settlers tried to find a way through the forest, but they got lost. They wandered for days, their desperation growing, until eventually they all perished. The journal described their suffering in heartbreaking detail. As we read those pages, our nightmares intensified. It was like the spirits of those settlers were trying to communicate with us. Every night, we'd see flashes of their faces, hear their anguished cries, and feel their sorrow. It was enough to drive a man insane, I tell ya. But we couldn't give up. We had to put an end to this madness. So, we hatched a plan to honor the memory of those settlers, hoping it would bring them peace. We gathered some flowers, candles, and other offerings, and set out to the spot where their bodies were supposedly found. The tension was unbearable. We could feel the forest spirits gathering around us, their presence palpable. It felt like eyes were watching us from every direction. As we placed the offerings and shared a moment of silence, a strange calm fell over the area. Just like that, the nightmares stopped. Our sleep became peaceful, and the forest seemed different, less menacing. It was like we had finally put those lost souls to rest. To this day, I don't fully understand what happened in that dark forest. Some might call it coincidence or imagination, but for me and my friends, those nightmares and their connection to that old tragedy will forever be etched in our memories. That forest taught us the power of collective belief and the impact of honoring the past. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation like ours, remember, sometimes the answer lies in facing those fears head on, embracing the unexplained, and finding a way to heal the wounds of the past. And never, never, go camping in that dark forest, unless you're ready to face the nightmares that await you.